Hi everybody, hope you are all doing well and welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is our second video of series of Business Central API understanding. If you haven't watched our previous video, I must recommend to watch it first because in that video we learned how to create an Azure app and what are the endpoints to fetch access token. The link of that video is given in the description. Well, here is our today's agenda. Firstly, we will discuss and make an understanding of Dynamics 365 Business Central APIs, and we will explore the base URL and different components that make up these APIs. Next, we will take a flashback of our previous video and understand their importance and how that is related uh, to working with the Business Central APIs. Then we will demonstrate how to send a post and get request using Postman. Postman is a tool that helps to interact with the APIs. I believe most of you guys are familiar with that, and we will walk through whole process step by step. To interact with the Business Central through APIs, today we are only use get and the post method. We can use other methods also, but we will use only these two methods. The get to get access token, we will use the post parameters in the body. In the response of that request, we will get the access token that we will use in our next request, uh, and where we will interact with the Business Central. There are two types of parameters within the Business Central: standard APIs and automation APIs. Both are same almost, but slightly difference in the endpoint. We will see in next slide. Uh, uh, Standard APIs are used when the company is already created in the Business Central environment, but automation APIs are used only when environment does not have any company and you want to create a new brand company. Uh, so for that, standard APIs are not used. Then we move to the automation APIs. Uh, both APIs follows the RESTful architecture. I've been JSON format for the data exchange. Um, of course, authentication for any APIs, as you people know, there must be any authentication. For the Business Central APIs, we typically use the bearer token that can be refreshed on demand or expired after an hour. Uh, the token ensure to secure access by authenticating and authorizing the request to the Business Central environment. Here are the both standard and automation APIs endpoints, and you can see there is no big difference. But automation APIs have two extra component. Rest all are the same, and even the authentication is the same for both APIs. Play with the standard API. but only if we use automation APIs when we want to create a new company, or we want to give user-based, we want to interact with the user permission, etc. Then we use uh, automation APIs. Here's some flashback of our previous video. As I told, we have already created one video. Um, uh, we actually focus to create an Azure uh, app to access token for the Dynamics 365 Business Central, and here are the key points we discussed. To create that tab uh, in Azure portal through app registration, ob- obtain the app or client ID and the tenant ID. Then we learn how to create client secrets, specifying the expiry dates, and how we can apply application permission, and how we can give the full permission of Business Central APIs. And then we learn about admin consent, how we can give the admin consent of selected APIs. And then finally, we made some necessary modification in the manifest file to align with the requirement that we discussed in our previous video. Today, we will create two requests. First is the post request with providing following body parameters. You can see that client ID and client seeker scope, grant type, etc. That I already discussed in the last video. I'm not going to in detail, but if you have any question or anything, you can write in the comment. When we will send the request, if everything goes fine in the response, we get the access token. The token we provide to other APIs in authentication header to interact with the Business Central. And then second request, we will create a get request and play with the Business Central standard API, and we will see few endpoints. Uh, let's test in business Postman. Sorry. Well, this is Postman, and I have already created the post request. Let me explain. It's a URL. By the way, this about this request I have already discussed in our previous video, and we have to send body, and in the body there are the four parameters. You have to provide the client secret, okay, and client ID or application ID, Azure application ID, and the scope. The scope will be the same one, even if you will remove this dot, then you will get the error. So make sure do not miss this dot. And grant, you have to type the same thing, okay. uh, and In header, you can send the header, or it will automatically get the JSON format. No issue. Uh, we send and let's see what we get. Here you can see the response, and this is the token type, expiry date. Okay, and here is the access token. That access token we can use, and now we create a get request. Okay, I already, by the way, have prepared the get request. Just see. Uh, this address in the slides we have already discussed. This is the address. These are the endpoints. You can remove the companies. Okay, only this till API's version. Okay, and authentication in the header. Okay, authentication, the bearer, the or I can select all and remove bearer. Okay, and we send. It will return all standard APIs of the Business Central. Here you can see. Okay, these are all available APIs, the standard APIs. Okay, and now you can play with any APIs. Okay, this is sandbox environment. Okay, in our case, companies, you can put the endpoint here, the companies. Okay, and here you can see all available companies are there. Okay, and if you will get any specific company, then you need to provide the company ID. Like here is the ID of this company. I'm going to copy in brackets. You can put this one and send the request. And now you can see only one company's data is there. So this way you Business Central APIs. Hope mm, you learned something. If you have any question, you can write in comments box. In next video, we will post data through Postman. Once we complete the whole process, then we will create a small app, maybe using MS automation or any front server-based web application, and we will try to interact with the Business Center through our website. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.